Good evening, mortals and monsters, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the Fables of Alaemyr. I'm your Dungeon Master, Jay Stiber, leading our intrepid adventurers on their epic journey. Allow me to introduce our band of heroes. First, we have Nathaniel, as the gallant and troubled Sir Alan Starr.
I have arrived. Voice line.
We have Peercy, channeling the musical and hopeful, albeit confused, Talon Hartland.
Ha ha ha. I'm getting married.
Woo. And finally, we have Allie, portraying the commanding and currently sleepy in a Pokeball, Vesper Delath.
Hey man, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's probably directed towards me. Anyways, as we delve into the world of Alaemyr, I'd like to remind our watchers and listeners that they can delve even deeper into our journey. If you're eager to learn more about the history of the Black Doves, check out our website by scanning the QR code below my avatar. If you want to keep up with our escapades, sneak peeks, future episodes, random inspiration, AMAs, follow us on our socials, conveniently accessible with a rotating QR code below the avatar as well. And if you want to interact with us directly, check our Discord server. Also, you guessed it, under my avatar. Now, with all that said, let's start. I think I can speak for all of us by saying none of us are ready for tonight. It's gonna be great. So, last time was a lot. A couple of the highlights: Vesper saved Padre Tassin, the mayor of Rosebarks, live. There was you know what? Let's try to do this in the right order. After our heroes was able to successfully save the king, they've left the throne room to kind of survey the damage that had been done, and what was before them was just mass chaos. A number of major players have died, and several others were injured and possibly going to die. There were 4 people who were in danger, and our heroes were able to save each of them. Vesper was able to save Padre Tassin, the mayor of Rosebark. Unfortunately, his wife, Rebecca Tassin, did not share his fate and sadly died. Sir Alan Starr saved Leon Karen, who was trapped in a Pokesphere. Not a Pokesphere. I need to stop using legally protected terms. Was in a Essence Orb. Was trapped in a sphere that and was able to save them. Burke was able to save the the High Priestess of Tyr,
That one
Tatiana
lady.
Naudi. Yep, the one who was on fire. She's doing great. And Alan Starr also saved Malik Triton, who was fighting for his life, I believe, against a bunch of abominations, because that was fun. We also had King Cadin V, our king of the Empire of Tyr, made a formal declaration of war in public, and Talon proposed to Princess Rayland in front of the king and asking for the king's blessing, which was a little awkward because he didn't talk to Rayland about that yet, but, you know, it's probably going to be fine. A couple of other things. Vesper was understandably not thrilled by the fact that her love interest is getting married to another, and had some words with both Burke and Sir Starr. And they were unable to locate Elenda. After a short sending to locate where Vesper's sister has been, they realized that she was rather sleepy and concluded that she was stuck in one of these essence orbs. And that is kind of what happened last time. Yep.
I mean, I don't think Vesper actually had very many words with Burke and Star. I don't think there were a lot of words.
Tears?
No.
Yeah, just a lot of
Tears.
crying.
Just tears. No, I mean,
Also, we have a witness that saw Elenda getting kidnapped, so, like, we know what
That's
happened.
correct.
Yep.
That's correct. I believe it was... I think it was Malik? Not sure.
No. It was somebody else. I don't
Okay.
know if you said.
Yeah. Well, that is what happened last time. It was a lot. It's still a lot. I would like to pick up this game
Hooray.
the next morning. Hooray, indeed.
The 20th?
Um,
Is that the date
The
now?
well, I guess that's true. I guess it would be. It was the 20th. Yes, this is where we started, and I guess the next morning would be. It's already like 4 in the morning, so I guess later that day when y'all wake up. So probably take it later on the 20th, maybe around, let's call it 4 in the afternoon, when you guys have had a chance to get a long rest in. We'll start with from the Council of Tyr. You've been asked to arrive post-haste, and you may bring your companions as well.
I will do my best to make myself presentable, much as I can, and head on. Tell everybody, like, hey, I'm being summoned, and by proxy, you're being summoned.
Oh, good. By who?
It just says the Council of Tyr. You don't have to go if you don't want to.
Oh, well, of course we'd show up. Who'd miss such a meeting?
I have no idea what this is going to be about. I have some guesses, but could be any number of things, so...
Is Talon there?
That's gonna be my question.
Talon, let me ask you this. Peercy, where do you think Talon is? You had a request from Raylan, I believe, last night to tell her everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you spent the night with Raylan, with explicitly...
Talking.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's many hours later. Kind of late afternoon, early evening. How long do you think you and Raylan... Do you want to know?
I don't know. How long would it take to tell her almost everything without going into such great detail that it's overwhelming?
Well, the question is, are you trying to simplify it to just Talon's lived experiences, or the ones that he keeps confusing with his lived experiences?
All the important things up until coming back through the river of time, and then make expressions and half weird statements about different things lived there, and then we're here.
Why don't you give me a wisdom saving throw as well, please?
I rolled a 16.
That's pretty good.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Everybody have dice? Everybody should have dice. Wait, I don't have dice. Crap.
It's my favorite
That's very
DM
funny.
challenge, just seeing how long I can get through the session without needing dice.
Yeah, I mean, like, I could do that, but I'm going to be right back and actually get dice. 1 sec. Cannot believe I did that.
Challenge not accepted, it seems.
It was a total of 19. I'm going to guess I made the saving throw.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that seems pretty...
For keeping your story straight when we've been practicing for months.
Yeah.
Oh. I love that I explicitly call you guys out, and then I realize, wait, I don't have this thing that I think everybody should have.
Telling on yourself.
It's a 19
100%.
total.
Okay, great. You are successfully able to delineate the experiences that happen to you and happen to not you,
Okay.
which is very helpful. So I guess telling her abridged everything, say, takes probably 3-4 hours.
Sounds good.
I would say, kind of giving of your life. So that'll bring you to around 6 a.m.
The town would still need to
And
sleep.
then, yeah. And he can head back to his rooms and get a long rest in as well. So we'll say that brings him to around 2, maybe 3 p.m. when he gets up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, where would Talon be after that morning after he wakes up? That may have been a good place to come in as well.
I mean, it still doesn't feel appropriate to stay at the Hartford place.
Okay. So where do you think Talon would stay?
I mean, he would try to stay with his friends, but, you know.
Okay. We can have that conversation if you'd like.
I mean, you're with Raylan until like 6 a.m. The rest of us are asleep.
Yeah.
But I'm in the Pokeball. I don't have any.
You're gonna spend the whole night in the Pokeball?
And then she was never seen again.
I'm gonna spend forever in the Pokeball because nothing bad can happen in here.
That is a good place to be coping poorly.
I mean, he would
No,
just
I think he
back
said that
and-
I couldn't get
You
a
can't
long
get a
rest.
long rest. That's
Yeah,
correct.
So I'd get up and answer the door if Talon came by. And I don't think I say anything, but I stand back and let you in.
He just nods and goes to, like, I don't know, a couch that's long enough to sleep on.
Okay.
And I go back in my bedroom.
Okay. Great. Well. I'm getting anxious. Awesome. So. 4 o'clock rolls around. Knock on the door. Summoning Vesper and her companions to meet to a meeting with the council. Assume everybody is there.
Mm-hmm.
In the like couple of hours that we've been awake, I want Vesper to have written a letter to her parents,
Okay.
telling them about what just happened, saying that Alenda is missing, and that because Vesper isn't, she'd be up to date to a certain extent, but she's not sure how well the estate can be defended without Alenda there. So
It's reasonable. Okay, great.
and I don't know. We never really established where they live.
They're
Exactly.
in the country somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was thinking about it. I was like, it doesn't make sense for them not to live on Delaith property, but maybe they've got like a cottage a mile down the road or something, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, 'cause that way
Or
they're
somewhere
still...
a little bit further away from responsibilities.
Right, exactly. They're not doing any of the managing anymore, but I also think that they probably wouldn't want to go too far from civilization. So
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Somewhere within, at the very least, within Keon lands.
yeah,
If not
exactly.
directly on Delaith's property. So
Yeah.
somewhere maybe some cabin in the woods somewhere,
Yeah,
which
so
is not going to be a horror episode. Cool.
Vesper's
Yeah.
got final girl energy though, for sure.
I 100% vibe with that.
But yeah, no, she's just sent them a quick letter explaining, you know, the capital's been attacked. Somehow it's still going to be the safest place for you to be. So, because they're probably not going to hit it again immediately. That would be a lot. But you're definitely not safe in the woods. So,
Okay, great.
and I'll have, on my way to the council, I'll post it, essentially.
Perfect.
Post the letter. With
Yeah, that shouldn't be
paying
hard to do.
money to get them to go Rapido.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably just leave it with one of the Buttle staffs.
Yeah.
That's words. Yeah, and they make sure that happens. Perfect.
Cool.
Okay.
On the way over, Sir Starwood shares some kind words and tunes with his comrades to give them 15 temporary hit points with this inspiring leader feat.
Great.
I do love inspiring leader.
That's a great feat. Definitely makes things a little brighter. Beautiful.
Gotta erase all my long rest resources.
All right. So, as the four of you head to one of the buildings of government, where the council is currently meeting, not the big official one. There's kind of the equivalent of a city council.
Like a city hall.
Yeah, it's equivalent there, and that's not where you're led. you're led to a building the same general district, something that's a little bit smaller. If you want to give me an insight roll, you can. But you're not heading to like the main building where everybody you would expect to be is.
Insight?
Sure.
17.
You get the sense that the person who gave you this information is on the up and up. This is for gives you all the right seals, all the right phrases. He's in the correct livery, but people are pretty shook up after last night, and so maybe the place that everybody expects the counselors to be is not where they want to go right now.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So head to a kind of a like an entertainment hall, one where that is it's kind of set up for whatever, kind of a community center. That's what the words I'm looking for, where that can be used as needed. That has been a number of tables have been brought out. Room is heavily guarded. There are about 24 armed guards, 2 at each door, and then several surrounding each of the council members. Where they have brought in a rather modest set of folding tables in to seat the councils. There are 8 members. The king is in attendance, looking quite tired, and appears that he has not yet gone to bed since last night. There is the regent as well as the 6, surprisingly, 6 remaining council members. There's someone new there. As you may recall, Fortuna Barbarossa did perish, and her seat has been replaced by a younger man, in his maybe early 30s, with a fabulous mustache and a good maybe 3 days of stubble everywhere else. Brown hair, bright brown eyes, and is talking very enthusiastically with the other members of the council.
Do I recognize him?
Give me a history roll.
I would like to aid.
Yeah, give an aid roll.
Good, because that was
I-
balls.
Have a good history.
No, you're good.
That went from a 2 to a 12, which is okay, because that brings it to a dirty 20.
Nice.
Oh, that's way better.
Yep.
Yeah, you recognize him. You don't know his name, but you do. He was definitely someone that you saw a number of times working with Fortuna, either an aide or a lieutenant. Yeah, his name starts with the T, something short.
A known entity, if
Yes.
not exact. I don't know exactly who he is. Cool.
Right. Yeah, but you recognize him. You've definitely sure. If you were sharper this morning, you probably could pull up his name. Something short that starts with the T. That's what you remember, and you do remember seeing him before.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
T-boy. Got
Yeah.
it.
T-boy. Oh, well, maybe.
Man in charge.
Somebody different,
Man in
though.
charge of T.
Oh, no, that's not what that means, but okay.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna look into that later. So, the remaining council members are all still here. Tatiana Niadi, the High Priestess of Tyr, is also here, even if a bit singed and burnt. There still definitely are some scarring that she has not had time yet to deal with. And you see that their discussions cease when you enter the room. And everybody kind of turns towards you.
Give the
And-
appropriate, courteous greeting, curtsy to the king first, and then to the rest of the council. Slightly less deferential on the second, but only slightly.
The regent, Neadian, the gentleman that you spoke and saved his life the night before, kind of turns to you, and he says, Lady Vesper de Laith, it is by the will of the council that you have been asked to serve Tyr. Do you accept this call to service as our master of coin?
Good afternoon to you, too.
He kind of gives you kind of a wan smile and shrugs.
I do.
He nods, and Tatiana Nyadi, the High Priestess, rises and presents a book. A formal book and a feather quill to you. Says, please, Lady Delaith, please enter your name here.
Give the book a little skimmy skim.
Okay. It is. Give me an investigation roll, please.
Investigate. It's not that good. No, poor. 9.
Okay. It's got a bunch of names in it of council members. At the top, it says, at the top of this page, it just says Master of Coin and a number of names that going back. I'm not, at the top of my head, going to come back with everything, but Joseph Bravo
No.
is the last name, who
Yep.
is, as you can see, his name has been, all the names are in a kind of a gray ink, but when you write yours, it is in a bright blue.
Let's not jump ahead of ourselves now.
No,
Let's not jump
if
ahead
you
of
write your name in.
ourselves.
If you write your name in.
As I approach, I'm also going to just cast myself a little detect magic.
Oh, yes. The book is magical. Are you looking anywhere else? Are you trying to see get what?
I mean, I
magical in the
get
room
like a
itself?
sense of the room also. But most of my focus is on the book. This will last 10
Yeah.
minutes also. So I'm starting with the book
Perfect.
and then I'll
Okay.
see what else is around.
Yeah. So the book does glow magical. There is a couple of different schools on the book itself. It appears that both the book and the quill are part of the same. They mirror the same types of magic. You can assume that they are the same item of a complex nature of sorts, giving some sort of writ and identification of who is in these positions, as well as ensuring legitimacy of the person. It's a marking on your person of your station as part of the city, a servant to Tyr.
What do you mean by like a marking? I don't. Like, is this magically binding me in some way?
It's
Or
magically being able to identify you
okay.
as the person who holds this office. And you can suspect that if you no longer hold the office, the book will know, whether through death or some other means. You're uncertain about what that could mean. But if you're here, you're in the book, you're in blue. If you're not, you're grayed out, and it's time for someone else to know
Okay.
that it's their position. So she, kind of sees you casting a spell. Normally, this would be a much more formal procedure, but unfortunately, we don't have that luxury of time.
Is this, apart from the capacity to recognize, is there any sort of additional responsibility magically that I should know about before? And she kind of makes a little gesture with the quill that she's holding.
Mm-hmm.
Any
You are, by
Magic.
signing your name here, you are consenting to be identified by this council and by the highest offices within Tyr itself. We should be able to identify and find you if we need you, and make sure of if you are alive and able to serve. This will give us forewarning if you are compromised through magical means as well.
Sorry, Allie's thinking if
All good.
I want to ask any follow-up questions. Compromised as in...
If you are to a spell to be cast to compromise your free will, this will react. The color will change. If you die, you will the color of your name will be grayed out to gray. If you are mentally compromised, scarlet red. It's an old precaution that does, of course, cannot cover for all such eventualities, but it is something that's
No.
more of a tradition at this point.
Seems as reasonable as anything. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't. I don't know. Doesn't matter at this point. And she'll sign.
Okay. Your name shows up in bright blue ink. And she takes the book. She says a prayer over you.
To whom's is she praying?
It was Tyr before I changed it for other reasons. No, I can still use Tyr. Tyr is an old god. Yes, it is Tyr. I think I had Tyr.
Dear.
Apologies. It is I think it was. Let me double check. Oh, I can click on her link and I have it right here. Yes. It is Tyr. By the same name as the city and nation.
All right, then. Where do I start?
As she motions to an empty seat. We were discussing our next steps. And it is vital that our council be whole. Determine. Councillor Jalaith, if you'll take your seat, we have much to decide upon in the near future. Your friends or retainers may stay, of course, until you can assign proper attendance to safeguard your well-being, especially in these times.
Very well. And she'll turn to her friends and say, if you desire to stay, stay. If you have other items that need immediate attendance, I understand. And not as like a declaration, but like to them specifically.
Sure. Do you guys want to stick around, or try to get some other stuff done while this is happening?
I'm functionally immortal. I'm chilling.
Talon?
Thinking.
Cool.
Just like as all this is happening, Vesper wants to make sort of subtle. I want to peep the king and see if like he's given off any idea that he's the one who pushed into this position, or if like I guess I'm scoping the room to be like, whose idea was this immediately?
Okay,
If there's any kind of sense that I can get from anybody in here.
Who's sour on you being here? Who's doesn't seem to be reacting a lot? Who's seems to be very positive?
Not even that. I mean, like, who's sour a little bit, but what she's actually looking for is more like, who put my name on this list?
Okay.
Sure. Like, whose idea was this? Because I talked about it to several people, but only a couple important people.
Right.
So
Why don't you give me an...
I don't even know if I could get this, because I actually think the two most likely candidates are people I'm not going to be able to read, which is very funny.
Yeah, I think that's very possible.
But-
But I will give you what I can give you. So why don't you give me probably an insight would be the best way to do it, even though it's against multiple people.
I mean, insight doesn't necessarily just apply to one person, so... Okay,
Reading the room.
that's okay. Am I proficient in insight? I sure am. 21.
Hell yeah. Hey, there you
Yeah.
go. There you go. Let me pull up my boys and girls and see where... Oh, good. They're not on here because I changed things. Cool. Perfect. All right. So, as you look around the room, people that are maybe a little bit sour, you get that the regent isn't thrilled that you're here. See who else. The new guy starts with the T, short name. He seems to be fine with it. He kind of gives you a friendly wave. I guess he enjoys someone from the younger generation being part of the council.
That's a real office bio mood.
Office what?
I was saying that's a real office job mood, is what that
Yep.
is. You make eye contact with the only other person who's your age, and you go, "Oh, thank God."
Right. Yep. Kravos seems to be somewhat neutral. The king seems to be a little bit softer towards your presence. So you get a bit of a smile on him. Tatiana Niadi, the high priestess, you can't get a good read on her. Master Linux, the Master of Secrets, he is a fucking stonewall, and gives you nothing except a wink.
Catch his
Though
eye at one point, and he's
you catch
like,
it
"I got you."
at one point.
Yeah.
It takes several times. For
Oh
you
yeah,
to,
yeah.
your
You're
eyes
still
to
gonna do
go.
it the first time. That's too
No,
obvious.
no. You have to wait until no one else is looking.
Right.
Because he's looking at everyone else at the same time, but gives you just a little bit of a wink.
Okay.
Let's see who else we got. We have the Master of Commerce. She also seems a little... She doesn't seem thrilled. She's not, like, really negative about it, but you can see that she's kind of like, all right, young buck, let's see what you got. Fenfinia Yodelesia Santiana Roque. I'm sure I pronounced that perfectly the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, she's got a great name. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
What was
and who am I missing?
Barbarossa? What was her? So what's the new guy's
She was the Master of Defense.
defense? Okay.
And that's different than the Master of
War.
War.
Yep.
Okay,
Kravos.
who just are all of the
Commerce,
positions?
Defense, Coin, War, Secrets, High Priestess. I think that's everyone.
What's the difference between commerce and coin, out of curiosity?
Commerce is involved in ensuring that the craftsmen and workmen in the city have what they need. Coin is really about building the city's coffers. So one is more of a civics, being able to help.
Okay.
Thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There should be 7. Okay, on my list. Great. I'm glad I have this all prepared. It's perfect.
Hold on, I have it in the ancient notes. Coin, commerce, defense, health is the one you're missing.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Who are they and where are they and why aren't they here? I changed over my notes a couple times recently, and so now
Maybe they're alive but too injured to be present yet. Or maybe they're
Ironic.
just late.
it could be very late. So right now you have the 6 of you guys, and I'll get you that for you next time. I'm so sorry.
Possibly
about that.
you've changed it. This note is from summer 2020. Nope, spring 2020. Oof.
Ooh, it could be a couple years ago.
Could be. Man, somebody told me that 2016 was 8 years ago and I had a heart attack.
Please no.
Yeah.
Please no. Please don't do that.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's totally fine. It's great. All right. I
So
think
most
we
people
have-
neutral, the new guy and Master of Secrets seem chill, seem
Yeah.
happy, and most people are like, okay, we'll see how this goes for you.
Yeah, it's don't see really any outright hostility. But
No,
you do
no,
see
no.
some
They're
sort of,
too
like,
they're too cool for that. But
Yep.
you know, I also wanted to peep the king and see what his reaction to all this is.
Yep. Yeah. Whoa. I mean, not inaccurate, but come on, appropriate, inappropriate.
I mean, we all know what the king gets up to.
Yes, he is a well-known philanderer. Oops, that's not where that goes. All right, beautiful, perfect, awesome. Yeah, okay,
All right,
excellent. All right, cool.
take my
So,
seat. Where all my boys stand. We're going.
all right. Do we have? Yeah, I mean, oh, there he is. That's the one elven member on the council.
For real.
Yeah, it's Vili Weinfrein Kilor. He's an adopted member. There he is. Master of Health. I'm not sure why it got deleted from my list.
He didn't survive the Great Migration.
The Great Migration of 2023 over to a new organizational system. I'm usually pretty good about that, but man, it is a lot of stuff to move. All right. Yeah, he's the one elven member adopted into the House Kilora, so he can sit on the council.
He's a full elf?
He's a full elf.
Do you make the distinction in yours between like wood elves, high elves, at all, or is it just more like a
I
regional
should,
thing?
but
Because I would definitely like to know.
yeah. So I spend a lot of time with the Spirian elves. They are more like city elves.
Yeah, high elves.
Yeah. So there are some wood elves. I just haven't spent a ton of time building the lore of those.
That's fine. I'm not so worried about lore as such. I'm just like, is
What
he
kind
like a
of
Spirian elf? Is he a drow? Is he like? What's
Yeah,
the clock
he-
on this guy?
I believe. Okay. Yeah. So he's actually a Spirian elf that just was like, I am not about this life. I don't like this stuff. I'm going to, and found his way into Tyrion, the Empire of Tyr, and worked his way into, as he's a long-lived individual, worked his way into nobility and eventually into a seat of the council. Yeah, that's his quick story.
How
which
old
you would
does
know from-
he look?
Give me a nature roll.
10.
10? Like 22. Like, man, elves are hard to read.
Okay,
Cool.
I'm sitting.
All right, great. Let me pull up the agenda for the meeting because that I have. All right, so as you sit down, they get back into it. The newest member, who is, his name is Ted. That's right, it was Ted. So Ted is discussing defenses for the city, and he's discussing in some new stratagem because, as everyone knows, by seeing a large influx of vampires and other people who shouldn't be allowed in there, clearly our defenses are not working. We should. He's trying to design a holy enhancement to the walls. Burke, can you give me a would you give me a history roll, please?
Sure. 19.
So you're aware of what happened last time the city fell.
Mm-hmm.
And the walls weren't really relevant. So you know that what this guy is preaching would not have helped. Now, you can keep that information to yourself, as you always do, but I just want you to know that.
Vesper's just gonna say, the walls didn't protect us from Willard's abominations, which were clearly not vampiric in nature. Vampires are not the only thing we have to worry about. So what would you propose to actual fortifications instead of just magical anti-vampire precautions?
You see him kind of shuffling some papers. Well, I think that it's very clear that we do need some, you just hear papers shuffling, some more trebuchets that we can further out, maybe some scouts that can see a little farther. We can definitely want to commission some more spyglasses so we can see farther along, or we can defend the city farther, maybe clearing some more woods.
Again, trebuchets and spyglasses wouldn't have defended us from what happened last night.
No,
We were
but-
infiltrated.
yes, and we are working on figuring out how that happened. Do you have any insights, Councillor
And
Delay?
how not to get it to happen again, assuredly.
Yes. Do you have anything?
You're the master
Insights.
of defense. I'm asking you.
And I'm letting you know what I've come up with in the intervening 3 hours since I have been assigned.
There's an accusation. Let me And Vesper's like not trying to accuse him. She's just, we've all had a bad fucking day, you know? Like, we all get it.
Right.
We're all in that mood. She's just like putting it out on the table. Somebody else, if she doesn't say it, somebody will. So,
Sure.
Talon like raises his hand back in the not corner, but off in the distance.
Yep.
Vesper will like gesture him to like come forward and tell her what he wants to say at least.
Yeah, Sue just walks up to you.
Uh-huh.
Perhaps this is a good time to leverage some sort of communication with the elves. Specifically because we know in Rosebark, if he's looking for defense, there is something that can do that. It may take forever. As well, allies are the best thing we can have right now.
She'll nod. And like her hand twitches, like she's gonna pat or squeeze his arm, but then she doesn't touch him. That like stopping of the habit. And she'll say, I do actually have a suggestion. Mr. Sorry, I actually don't believe we've been introduced. And she'll go over to shake his hand. Vesper Delaith.
And he goes, sorry. Ted Halo, Terry name of, sorry, let me pull him up, because I shouldn't, he is
Oh my
Just an
God.
awkward fucking duck. We're like,
oh, that's great.
man forgets
just-
where he's from.
Yeah,
Jay,
well,
did you make a Ted Lasso and name him Ted Halo?
That's pretty much
I don't know what you're talking about, but he's really good.
I'm just glad you
Abso-fucking-lutely I
didn't name
did.
him after our friend Ted, because I was like awkward.
I can't do that. What if I want him on the show later?
Our
I can't
meat
name a character
space
after him.
friend.
Oh, no. Ian, I absolutely did that, and it took you 0 time to notice. And yes, I 100% did,
I think it
because...
took more than Ian 0 time to notice.
What's up?
I think it took more than Ian 0 time to notice.
I've never seen
probably.
Ted Lasso, so this was news to me.
Oh, he's such a good bean. He's such a good bean.
Instantaneous. Anyway,
Anyways, yeah. It's Ted Halo, and he is
With
one of
2
the
Ls,
Skelgar's minor
presumably.
houses. What's up?
Never mind. Keep going.
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay.
Tyrion Noble houses. Let me pull it up. Yeah.
Just gonna
Skelgar.
file away that he's from Skelgar also.
Yep, that seems reasonable. He's from, he's a part of House Karen. Yeah. He's a minor. No, he's one of the sons of House Karen. So let me put my... Yep.
Okay. So does he take that long awkward pause? Ted
No,
Halo.
no, no.
Okay. Okay.
No, he knows who he's from. It's just, sometimes I have 125 NPCs, and sometimes I don't remember where their last names are.
No, it's
sometimes.
fine. We're just trying to make sure that you're either establishing a character trait or not. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So she'll be like, Councilman Halo. Then, I do actually have a suggestion. 2 suggestions. Clarifying question. The
Okay.
Rosebark Wall also did not keep out Willard's abominations, right? Even after it went up, because they attacked when it was down. They had vampires on the ground, but
Yes. So the Rosebark Wall with all the cool ruby stuff is specifically. How much time did you spend with
Hearthkeeper.
the Heartkeepers? Yeah.
Lots for Talon.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
Talon spent a lot
Talon
of
would
time
actually
there.
know that the walls are actually keyed. There is something that part of the Heartkeeper's job is to giving these defenses a you get a yay or a nay. They're the bouncers of the city, and they can individually determine. They can do groups or individuals. These are okay. These are not.
Okay.
And so if the walls are keyed properly, yeah, they can just completely X out any and all things that are abominations.
Okay. So she'll start there. She'll say, I've spent a lot of time recently in the city of Rosebark to the north of us. Rosebark is not a particularly large city, but they do have a very unique form of defense. They're Heartkeepers, and the magical wall that, well, the heart of the city fuels which can discriminate not just against vampires or undead, but against anything that the Heartkeepers desire it to, down to individual persons or groups of people, types of creatures. So they might be a good place to start.
It was my understanding that that wall was unable to be moved.
We don't suggest moving the wall. That would be absurd. Even if it could be moved, you'd be leaving a whole population vulnerable because they've come to rely on that wall as their form of defense. What I'm saying is talk to the Heartkeepers. See what pieces of their defenses you might be able to integrate or create here and here, even if it takes a long time.
He's just like, oh, it's a good idea. And then you see that from the Master of War actually stands up and he goes, Mr. Lath. Nope, different accent is important. Mr. Lath. As you may not be aware, that particular form of defense is incapable of being replicated. We have tried in the past, and it is not possible.
How far in the past have you tried?
And he kind of goes through, he kind of whispers over to Halo, kind of over looking over one of his books.
Sweet,
I
because
think it
as they're
was,
whispering, I want to whisper to Vesper.
Sure.
This is where the elves would be important.
And, like, just to clarify with player to player here, like, what do you want me to tell them, Peercy? Because Vesper would know, but for us, it's been 6 weeks.
So no worries. Essentially, this is why it'd be important to send emissaries to the elves. It's essentially their magical knowledge,
Okay.
right? That's what
Cool.
that's what the walls of Rosebark are. That's why
Got
the
it.
Hearthkeeper is an elf.
Yes.
And I believe she's a Sylvan elf. So
Yeah.
like that's what I'm getting at with the importance of
Okay.
making an alliance with the elves.
That's what I thought, but I wanted to make sure that
No
I wasn't
worries.
about to say something, and then you were going to be like, no.
No worries.
Okay, cool. So yeah, he's conferring. Vesper
Yeah.
and Talon will confer.
He goes, I believe that the last time we attempted to parley and speak with the the Heartkeepers, was about 70 years ago. And they pretty adamantly shut us down that the secrets were not for us. And he seems to like put on a pair of spectacles to read. If we ever ask again, we'll never be welcome within these walls. She was pretty heated.
Talon is trying to hold back a giggle.
Ask again, and this time use my name. And the name of, and she'll gesture to Talon specifically, but her companions in general. The name of myself and my companions. We've been living in Rosebark and have made quite the strong alliance with the Heartkeepers of Rosebark, particularly Verona. She may feel differently.
Well, Councillor Delath, if you would like to speak with her, you have the support of the council to do that. Do so.
Inclines her head and says, and to whom, I assume to you, Councilman Halo would be the one to direct her.
Yes, that would be helpful. If we could get some. I'll admit, there's a lot here. I was not ready for this, but we're going to power through. It's going to be great. We're
I
gonna
will
do a
arrange an
great job.
introduction, Councilman.
Perfect.
Second of all, the exact transfer of the magics in Rosebark may be, well, untransferable to Tyr as it currently exists, which is why I think, if we're ready to move on to the next item on the agenda, and if you don't mind my assigning that particular item.
You see there's some grumbling, but the king kind of... Shh.
It's relevant, I promise.
Councillor Delath, what do you have in mind?
The magic that has created and sustained the walls of Rosebark is Spirian in nature. And she, glances over at, what's his name? The Elven Council member.
Yeah.
Not in like a, almost not meaning to kind of way. Just like a,
Vili. Vili's his first name.
Vili.
He is part of House Kalor, I believe.
I had Billy Vineframe as a lady in my notes, but I digress. It's okay.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and so she'll say, the magic is Spirian in nature. I think it's high time we reach out to the elves once again.
And you see that the regent kind of scoffs. And how do you expect us to open up negotiations with a nation who we've been incapable of having any sort of relationship with over the last 20 years? Any and all of our diplomats and any tried attempt to parley have been shut down, and we have not been responded to at all. Do you have a solution for that as well?
I do, Councilman. Or Lord Regent. Sorry.
He kind of
She would say the correct thing, but yeah.
Sure. His mouth just kind of
with
holds open
utmost
as
fucking
he's going
confidence. I do, actually, Lord Regent. Talon, would you like to speak? If not, that's fine.
No, that's I can. Hello.
And she'll make eye contact with the king also, as after she's invited Talon, because he is in on this plan.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen of the council, the regent, and your highness, I am Talon. Some would know me as Hartford. I am also known to others as Talon, well, not known. I'm the son of Vladimir Mararin.
Everybody kind of looks at you blankly, except for Vili, who goes, "Oh." You kind of hear a bit of an inhale and an "oh" at the same time, which sounds kind of weird. Kind of "oh." Bit of a.
Vesper will cut in quickly and say, Vladimir Mararin is a member of the Spirian Council. And then gesture for Talon to keep going if he wants to.
Yeah, he nods. We we have reason to go there ourselves, and have spoken with other members of this council. And he looks at the king, but doesn't say anything. Right? Kind of glances at him about this plan. I believe we will have good luck, as once I arrive at the gates of Spire, I have something that will alert my father to my presence, and we will be seen. From there, it's up to us to make the case. But they won't turn us away, at least.
You definitely get a pretty... There's a moment of stunned silence. And you just happen to be able to walk in?
It wouldn't be the
What
first time.
Kind of looks around. And you see there's some objections. The king goes, "Enough! This man has my confidence. He has shared with me in private. And I believe not only will this work, this is our best course. I will hear nothing more of it." Regent goes, but okay, nothing more. And he kind of shuts him off pretty quick.
Talon just bows to the king.
It's been a more complicated set of circumstances than we have time to share today, but we've been to Spire before. They will see us. They will see Talon, at least.
Okay, and so... Well, at least that appears... Nope, who's talking? Let's find out. You hear a bit of a quiet chuckle from Mr. Linux, Master of Secrets. And he shares... he shares a look with both Kravos Beaumont and Nayati Telgamori, the Master of War and the Regent. The king then says, with that being taken care of, let's move on to what we know about this vampire that made that audacious declaration last night.
Talon
And he
legit
turns towards...
looks towards Sir Star.
Yeah, he turns towards Master Linux, and... Sir Star, would you like to interject?
I am so sorry. I was writing notes for something else in preparation, and
Oh,
did not
good,
get
oh,
to
good.
that. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, they're asking about this guy who made a big speech to everyone, and they're like, who the fuck's this guy? What do we know about him?
Oh, got it. Thank you. Yes. Sir Star would step in there.
Yeah, Vesper's going to look at Star and like give that tiny twitch of the head that invites him to like, you should speak.
Talon will step back.
Yeah. Mr. Linux will look around and say, I believe that our new friends may have some pertinent information. I will fill in what gaps are needed. And you see him incline his head to Sir Star.
His name is Willard. And he is not one to be underestimated. The abominations that we faced in Rosebark, as well as the vampires there, were at his command. And we've seen but a fraction of the monstrosities that he can create. He takes people, especially magically gifted people, and he twists them with his vile magic and rituals. He turns them into something else for his use. He is elevating his own power in Nocturna. And we would do... Taking care of the threat that is Willard will be pivotal to turning the tide in this war. He must be removed. He has taken Lady Alinda as well as Aisha Beaumont. And their time is short. I can't say what would happen to them or what time frame we have to move on, but if we don't save them in time, they will become powerful weapons for Willard and his army. We would do wise to get to Spire and find what we need as soon as possible.
Kravos kind of returns to you. And what do you need in Spire? Surely the vampire is not there.
The vampire is not there, but willing allies as well as weapons are there that will aid us in our movements forward.
You see him kind of nod and think. Mr. Linux kind of looks around and addresses the room at large. To alleviate any questions of authenticity, I've spoken with these friends of Tyr, and they have achieved a great divination and have seen much of our future. Be it to say it's not bright, and what they say, however unlikely, I have been able to confirm is accurate.
We don't come
And-
to you all without credit, credentials, experience, ideas, and the best interests of Tyr at heart.
So many experiences.
We're here because we know and we can help.
And the king stands forward, takes his crown, places it on one of the desks, hands behind his back, and with that in mind, I already sent a formal missive to Spire, informing them that the Crown Prince and allies will be coming to speak on our behalf.
It's like a collective of all the council members, like Crown Prince, confused
Yep.
math lady, like, wait, what?
Yep. And Talon, with a connection to Spear nobility, has asked to wed my cousin, Raylan, and I have given my consent. Until I have my own heir, Talon will be the crown prince of Tyr. Talon, give me an insight roll.
I'm out of destiny points.
Yeah, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those
are nice to have.
Thing we can help with?
Holy crap! I rolled a natural 20.
Yeah, you
Hey,
did.
there
What
she
fucking
is.
help do
Oh
you
my
need?
god.
Don't have a destiny point? Just make your own. It's fine.
Oh my lord.
It's fine. It's fine. Also, you earned one last week, so you technically.
Oh,
have
I
one,
forgot
but you'll
about that. Yeah, I forgot about that.
That's fine. You didn't need it.
You didn't need it. Natural 20. It's fine. Talon.
Yeah.
You know those times in your life where you're crossing the road and maybe you're a small child, right? And you walk out in the street and someone pulls you right back and a carriage goes zooming by and you're like, I could have just died. I was in so much danger. This was horrible. You feel like that right now coming from multiple directions.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. It's like, oh, I'm glad we're leaving soon, is all I'm thinking. And then I remember the trip through the River of Time and
Yep.
Prince Talon going to the dragons and negotiating and
Thank God you're prepared for this.
he's starting to Vesper, he's got that look in his eyes right now.
Vesper's just going to make quick eye contact with Sir Star and then flicker eyes at Talon, don't let him talk. Trying to silently communicate that he's about to cross the boundary, and then she's gonna quickly start talking so that there is no gap for him to accidentally say something, you know?
Love it.
It's like,
So
Star,
moves right over to Talon.
Yep.
yeah.
All right. Do we need? All right. Is Talon? All right. What is Talon's instinct as Sir Star comes over to him? Actually, better yet, Sir Star. What is your play to keep Talon from talking here?
He's going to go over and just tell him that he needs to speak with him for a moment.
Okay.
And just kind of pulls him off to the side of the room.
Of course, my friend. I go with him.
Okay.
Talon, I do want... I'm not sure just how much we want to say to them yet.
Oh. Well, as a master of secrets, I trust in your decision.
We'll play it cool and play it a little slow for now.
Thank you, my friend. I'll follow your play.
They stroll back over into Vesper, talking.
Yeah, and she's, I don't know, somebody
All
says
good.
something and then she's commenting on it and being like, oh, I'm new here. Can you update me on the thing? Just trying to
Yeah.
keep the conversation going so that there's no gap for Talon to start speaking, basically.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody
All
has
good.
anything to say on this particular topic, then she'll, whatever.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. So, you're kind of getting, you're throwing your weight around a little bit, but the king seems to have your back, and you've also come armed for this particular conflict. So, you've definitely. People are certainly aware of the presence and force that you can wield behind you, which is a pretty good first impression, honestly.
Yeah, she's trying, and I want to make sure to say that she's being very polite and really listening to what other people have to say and genuinely responding because like she knows what's going on, but she like doesn't know what's going on, you know.
Right.
And so she's not trying to be combative with anybody really, but she's also like very much throwing her weight around where it's appropriate and being like, I have a right to be here. I know what I'm doing. Like making sure that there's not trying to, if anybody had doubts, she's trying to like smush them basically.
Got it.
You know?
Why don't you give me a persuasion roll, please?
Cool. I'm gonna use a superiority die.
With advantage.
Ooh, I'm still gonna use a superiority die.
I think you still should.
For commanding presence. Keeping my dice not on the floor. Okay. The 10 on the superiority die, which is spicy. So that's 31.
Well, sorry, did you say you rolled a 10? Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's 11 on the d20, plus 10 on the superiority die, which is 21.
rolled a
And I have
21,
a
yep.
plus 10 to persuasion.
Yeah. Vesper, people
Very nice.
are mad at how much they like you. I think is really the problem here. You definitely made. I think Counselor Halo is very excited to have someone is his age around, or at least close enough that it
Yeah.
makes not much of a difference.
She specifically does the thing with him where, like, she kind of asks a lot of questions of him, but, like, and it's a little bit challenging, but it's also, like, to give him space to be comfortable and show that he also knows what he's talking about, you
Right.
know? And if it becomes clear that he doesn't, she starts bringing in other people and, like, getting input from them to, like, bolster him.
Okay, great.
But
That moves on to the meeting does move on into other aspects of council life when it refers to new civic projects, things of defense, army, troop movements. There's discussions about how many troops that the city has to bear, and now I could try to roleplay this whole thing between 6 versions of myself and you guys, but you know what? I'd rather not. So instead, we will give a quick summary of what's really going on around that time,
do I
which I
have...
think seems.
Can I ask, like, some aid to go fetch my predecessor's, like, most recent book, basically, so I can see what my business is as we're talking?
Oh, it's actually brought into you
Great, even
at some
better.
point.
Yeah.
Where, someone's like, hey, we're going to need this done, and we need this amount of funding. Here you go. I know you haven't finished your college class in accounting yet, but here, I'll please help the city manage all of its money.
You know? You gotta put that 18 intelligence to use somehow.
Yeah. So at some point there is with the Master of Commerce as well as Master of Defense, and you are going to be working together pretty closely when it comes to generating income and spending it on different projects. You're kind of, the bursar, the empirical bursar. So need to make sure that there is funding and is where it needs to go, as well as your insights. So you have been given a bit of homework to do.
Yep.
That goes with that. The meeting takes realistically the rest of the evening, and people will probably head in and out. A meal is brought in. It's quite decent, but honestly, by the time you get to it, it's cold.
Yep.
So not as excellent there, and that will take you probably till about 11 p.m. You'll be there, so the next 7 hours or so, until they just finally break for the evening.
At some point during, like, a dinner break, I just check in with Talon and see if he's back with us.
Yeah, if it's been that long, yes.
Yeah, I figure as much, but just... You good?
Yeah, thank you. And he looks at Sir Star and is like, just puts his hand on his shoulder, or he kind of actually hugs him. Is like, thank you, my friend. Thank you both for recognizing.
Sir Star hugs him back. Of course.
Thank you
That
both.
shows the quickest and simplest way to settle you down for a moment.
Much as I would like to believe it's not important to save face in front of these people, it is. Thank you both for your support as well.
Always.
Of
And he
course.
just looks Vesper in the eyes super sincerely.
She holds his gaze for a second, but like clearly can't really bring herself to do it for very long.
Sure.
So Star just kind of backs away.
Yep.
A lot of work standing there the whole time.
Yeah, she'll turn to Burke.
Oh God,
and-
it's too far removed.
Thoughts, Burke?
Not as such.
All right.
I'm just gonna keep giving you the answers to all the campaign, and just letting you just sit on it, because never once have I given you a pertinent piece of information that you knew that you've ever shared. And I think it's a very bold choice that you've made there, Ian.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
He only shares with Zeus. It's okay. Now Zeus isn't a player character anymore, so that becomes a problem.
Right. Hey, Zeus has got stuff to do.
Truth.
I will say, while Vesper is having this meeting stuff, there's a couple things that I would like to give you guys some options to do, because you only have a couple of days before some major things are happening. You can think about some of the stuff during the break of what you want to do, but I want to throw this out there. Now, Talon, you got a wedding in 3 days.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be asking you like what you think Talon would like to do to prepare. There are some Tyrian traditions, but I would also actually like to propose to you, is there any that you would think, yeah. There's any traditions you would like to see, either as part of Tyr or something added as part of Talon's own history,
Yes.
that will become canonical for the traditions of weddings in Tyr. And I would like to propose that to anybody who would like to throw one, add a little bit of lore to my world.
Yes. For starters.
Okay.
And I'm sorry I forgot to message this to you, Sir Star. But for starters, one of the first things that he would do in preparation for that, in the time, is ask Sir Star if he would preside over the wedding.
Oh, Talon, it would be my honor to marry you to your betrothed. Thank you.
Thank you. And I would like to include. I'll be honest. I know some of the elven ways, but more of the druidic. I would like to include some of these in the ceremony as well. No sacrifices or anything. Just the tying of knots and things like that. More druidic than elven.
Maybe I should start with sharing a couple of the traditions so we don't double dip.
Sure.
One of the things there is a 7-strand braided cord. One of each of the primary colors of each of the primary houses are braided together by the priest that is marrying the couple, especially for a noble wedding. And then they are tied around the groom and bride, or groom and groom, or bride and bride, the couple, their hands to signify a union. There's also a tradition that each partner walks around each other 7 times. A couple things that are relevant: barefoot on bare earth during the wedding. Let's see here, a couple of things that are also important. It is a tradition among nobles to be dressed in your major house's colors, not necessarily a minor house. So those that would mean that as Talon is non-nobled of Tyrian lineage, it would be under Raylan's major house, which would be Tyr. So it would be Tyrian colors. So that's what you'll be married in, which are sky blue and gold.
Cool.
And I think those are the ones that I have. And if you guys would like to add one of yours, something that I can add to my lore, I'd love to.
I would love to see the happily married couples, both get dunked in Tyr's rivers.
Oh,
That's
it's so
very
gross.
cute.
I'm into it.
They're magically kept clean. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vegetation's a thing.
Marriage. I honestly thought it was going to be a troll thing, but I actually like this a lot, Ian.
I feel like
Marriage
it's
Duncan.
especially important for the House of Tyr more than anybody else. You have to be baptized by the city's rivers,
Yep,
Like,
yep.
not baptized, maybe it's the wrong word, but blessed.
Oh, we cleaned this one, right? We cleaned it? Yep, great, perfect, awesome. I love that. Marriage dunking in Tears, Delta. Cool. Hey, got anything that you would like to add to the marriage tradition?
Sure, I'd love to see them exchange handmade flower circlets while they're saying their vows
Oh,
to each other.
I like
Very
that a lot.
nice.
Adding this to my document. Making some lore together, guys. Allie, do you feel up to it?
I need more time to think on it.
Sure,
There's
come
one that
after break.
yeah, I feel like I don't really have one for a ceremony as such, but I feel like one for the whatever. I don't know that even Talon's going to have an after party. I don't know if we have time for that, like a wedding reception, right? But something where like the couple gives all of their attendants, not like a party favor, but like a particular kind of gift. And I don't know what that gift would be yet, but like I think it's fun for when the people getting married give everybody else something specific that's
I
like,
like that.
a symbol of marriage, some kind. You know, like maybe they have their flower crowns, but then throughout the night they give each member of their wedding reception like one of the flowers until they just have the stems left, and like that's the symbol that
That's really
you're
pretty.
really married now or something. I don't know.
I like that. All right, we'll let you lock it in stone after the break if you want to spend some more time thinking about it.
I don't know. I don't know that I'm going to get better than that, TBH.
Okay.
But
That's a good one. All right. Like flowers from the circlet.
or some other like, you know, maybe not the circlet, but maybe like the pair are each wearing something and they slowly like remove pieces of that throughout the night until.
I like that. It definitely has the same kind of feel of braided cords and
Yeah, like, you
something
know,
for many.
if you're wearing like beaded necklaces or something, and each person who attends your wedding, you give a bead, and when you have no
I'm
beads
picturing
left,
those candy necklaces. And you just give
Yeah.
everybody a piece of candy.
yeah, sure. Like expensive families will
handy.
use pearls, you know. Poorer families will use like wooden beads. So like you have the different symbols of where you're at.
I like that. Like it's a kind of a circular kind of metal bracelet or some sort or necklace. That
Yeah,
has open
yeah.
ends, so you can just kind of feed them off.
Well, I
until
think
they're
it could
just-
be any piece of jewelry, right? So if you're inviting 20 people to your wedding, it's a bracelet. If you're inviting 200 people to your wedding, it's got to be this huge, gorgeous, ornate like necklace or something. So like
That's very cool.
Yeah, what it is depends, but
Yeah, I like that. A piece of like the wedding attire of some sort
Yeah.
given to. Yeah, I like that a lot.
given
That's
to
cool.
your guests. And then people like maybe families, when it comes time for you to get married, like you assemble all the beads that you've collected from other people's weddings and you put that on your piece of jewelry. And then
That's cool.
yeah. There we
Yeah,
go.
that
We
becomes a
brainstormed until
personal
we got
piece.
something that I liked.
I like that a lot. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And Peercy, you had some druidic traditions, but I
Yes.
kind of cut you off by sharing the ones that I had.
No,
so
it's
did
all
you have
good.
something else you wanted to add?
Yes, actually. The casting of the circle and then the the releasing of the circle when it's done. So the spirits of nature, the elements essentially,
Mhm.
are asked to bless and see this through. That's basically what the casting northeast, southwest, earth, air, fire, water. They're called upon and then released at the end of it.
Like during the vows? I'm kind of picturing that like
It's
the wedding
like-
couple stands within like a circle.
When people are welcome to the wedding, they also welcome the spirits to the wedding of earth,
I
air,
like
fire,
that.
and water, right? Nature.
Sure.
And then when it is finished, that is the releasing of the circle. They are asked to go with peace and walking from north to east to south to west, right?
Mm-hmm.
You walk a circle each time
Yep.
around the. This is for the officiant.
Yes. This is also part of the groom and the bride walk 7 times around each other.
No, this would be different.
But this
This
is
would be
separate. So
druidic.
maybe.
Not
Got it. Okay.
whatever you're doing in tier.
Okay. Oh, got
This
it.
is
got
what
it.
the
Okay.
officiant does, right? Calling the spirits of nature, earth, air, fire, water, to witness as well and bless this union, and as well as various animals within those spirits, right? And then in the end, as they release the people, right? Before we leave, let's thank the spirits of this place.
Mhm.
And they thank the spirits, and the spirits are released, right?
Mhm.
And I'll also say I got no issues if Sir Star throws anything from the professor in there. Just does it.
Yeah. No pressure, man.
mean, that motherfucker has kept us alive, so,
Right.
you
Yeah,
know.
he has.
I think he's owed to be invited to the wedding.
Agreed.
Right.
Excellent. Well, depending on, I would guess that we're probably not going to do the actual wedding till next session. So, Nathaniel, you got 2, possibly more weeks to prepare. You know, we'll all sit back and we'll let you run a wedding. It'll be great.
Yeah, cool. Cool, I got this.
And
We should talk after session. See, like I kind of love this idea, although it is a lot of work. That it sounds super cute. That we can run this scene in a bit of detail. So we'll talk after between sessions. But yeah, with these things in mind, like I think now would be a good time for us to take a short rest. We can be back in
Alright.
about 15 minutes. And I have a few more scenes I would like to run, especially before the wedding gets started. Things that have to happen.
see you in a moment, everybody.
See you guys soon.
Boy,
Thanks for hanging with us.
we'll be back.
And we're back. Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello.
Welcome back. It's good to see. I can't see any of you. Why? Wait. Why? I'm in the computer.
Twitch.tv/
/ I can't see you. / you can see me. Well, hello. Good to interact with y'all, chat. Hello, chat. Oh, what a lovely wedding we're planning. It's going to be great. Yeah, real quick things about Patreon. If the poll should be up from last time, I mentioned already a little bit of spoilers. Talon did win the Destiny Point last time. Once again, you can hop on our Patreon, which I think is also in the link. It's not in the QR code, but I can post it in. I'll post it in the link. Why not? I'll do that. And so you guys can vote now or later, whenever the thing's over. You don't have to be a member of our Patreon. You don't have to give us money. If you want to give us money, you can. But you got to go there to do the poll and see who deserves a fancy Destiny point for the next time. And that's a lot of.
The link to the Patreon's
Arabic,
in the
I think?
description. You'll see the poll if you follow the link to the Patreon.
Yeah, I also posted it into the chat.
All the links are in
Somebody
the poll.
post a lot of Arabic.
Nope.
And so, hello, Arabic person. I
Description.
don't understand what that means. But hello, chat. Awesome. So, one thing that I wanted to mention as well that I forgot last time is when they were when you were talking with the council about people that have been taken. One of the things that the king also said, which should have said immediately, was that he was sending some of his best spies and agents to seek for those that were taken, and mentioned Elenda specifically. So yeah. Anyways, that brings us back to the evening of the council. So is there anything else you guys wanted to do, or if you guys just stay by Vesper's side the entirety of the meeting? I'm assuming Burke would at least stick around
Mm-hmm.
in his low power mode.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful, excellent, perfect, awesome. And yeah, does anybody else want, or would the rest of you be staying? I assume yes, unless you say otherwise.
Staying.
Sting.
Beautiful. Okay. That will bring us to ending of the meeting. There will be probably people getting drinks and chit-chatting and a bit of schmoozing later. And then y'all will probably be heading back to bed at around 2 or 3 in the morning for the next morning. I would like to jump to there unless I think those guys would like to do the evening / morning of the 20th / 21st.
I have a question.
Okay, I have an interest in question.
Yes. Does this
Go.
position come with cash money? Do I get a salary? Do I get paid?
Yeah, you get paid. So oftentimes in coins, which is such a like inconvenient amount of money. But yes, it comes with a cash salary. More importantly, though, it comes with the power to wield and be able to command government. But you do get a small salary as well, something like 2,000 gold pieces a year.
Doesn't have to be a lot, but sometimes you're an adventurer and you fucking need cash.
Sure,
So
this is true. And sometimes you're a stingy GM and you're like, no, nobody spend money
nobody
ever.
spend money.
Nobody get any gold or items or crap.
There would have to be things to spend money on, you see.
Why you gotta come for me like that? Is it because I stole your boo and your sister in the same night? Is that why? Is that why you're coming for me so hard?
Not actually, but let's say that it is.
Also, I just checked the calendar. Sir Star, your birthday's in 2 weeks. That's exciting.
Ooh.
Birthday's on
nice.
the 5th of Rot. So it's coming up.
Born month of rot. Terrible.
I
Oh, that's
mean,
great.
it'd be
I don't know
that way
what month I
sometimes,
was
okay?
born in, so like it could even be worse, but it's just very funny.
I mean, Rot is not the greatest sounding one, but yeah, Vester's birthday is on the 18th of Flame.
All right.
Mhm.
Flame's cool. We fucks with that.
Flame is pretty cool. Yeah, well, Rot is also the first month in the official winter solstice. So start of big winter energy. So as we're getting into wintry times. Not super relevant, but thought you want to know, Nathaniel, your character's birthday's coming up.
Yeah, thanks. It's good to know.
You're welcome. Just things that I have on my calendar. Yeah, so let's jump to the next morning.
Real quick,
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Come on, brain. Catch up. Burke's. Nope. That's not me. Vesper is going to turn to Burke. I'm just going to play your character too now, Ian. Don't mind me. And ask if he wants that giant sword that he picked up looked at.
By who?
Me? I can tell you what it does.
He'll nod and unsheath it and hand it over.
And I will cast Identify on it.
Hell yeah. I'm pretty sure I put this incorrectly into the item section of the manual monsters. Nope, into the personal thing. Identify. Here we go.
Just tell me it's mechanical.
Hey, Vesper, can we share...
Where's that sentence going?
books?
Oh, yes. Yes, we can. Spend some time copying rituals.
Cool. Great. Ian, I'm gonna speak this to you what this thing does, and then I'll give you the item page later. This is a +2 greatsword. While it has the property of Night Hunter, while attuned to this weapon, you gain dark vision 60 feet. If you already have dark vision, the range extends 30 feet. Everyone knows Burke already has dark vision, so it'll just extend your dark vision 30 feet.
Nice.
Vampiric Thirst. On a hit, this weapon deals an additional 1d6 necrotic damage. The wielder regains temporary hit points equal to the necrotic damage dealt. It's also Fey Bane. The sword harbors a deep enmity for creatures of the Fey type, dealing additional 1d6 damage to creatures or monsters of the Fey type. On a crit, it deals 2d8 versus the normal 2d6. It's got a lot going on.
Damn.
Cool.
So does it deal the 2d8 every time it crits, or only when it crits against Fey?
Against Fey. So
Okay.
it's sorry. So it's
That's
specifically to Fey versus 2d6 is 2d8. So it's
Got
even slightly more.
Cool.
And I'll give you a screenshot of it later.
It's in the loot channel.
It's in the loot channel.
Yeah.
You already have one.
Yeah.
I planned ahead.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Also, I have a question.
Yes.
In this time period of time that we have, right? I
That
took
means so many things.
Find Familiar. This is like 2 days, right?
Mhm.
Or whatever. I took the Find Familiar ritual as part of my ritual casting. Did I cast that yet? Because I don't think I have.
I don't think you have either.
I would like to.
Fun.
Sweet.
I'm into that. Yeah. Let's come up with someone fun for you to hang out with.
I already have that one.
You already have one?
Yes.
Okay.
A black dove.
Oh, a fucking chorus. Perfect.
That is a Fey
I
spirit
feel foolish.
that will be named Londu.
Long Dew?
Londu. Lon
Londu.
space Dubh.
Long
It
Dew.
has a
Okay.
specific meaning. There's a reason I named it that.
I love
It's
it.
very along the lines of Fey.
Great. Okay. You cast it and a familiar. Better yet, where do you cast this?
I mean, I'd probably go to, like, I don't know, the most, what would make the most sense? At some point in time when I'm at the Hartford's, and in their whatever garden, little forested area, something like that they have, right? Secluded,
Right.
private little spot in nature. And I sit and pull out the charcoal, incense, and herbs, place them in a brazier, or a brazier, whatever.
Okay, thank you. I was
You bring out a
Yes.
bra? Like,
And
I'm like,
a
that's
bra.
fine.
Put them in a
That is
bra. We're
brazier.
gonna learn this shit.
Honestly, it's going to be
Set them
it's
on
not going to be a
fire.
black dove anymore. It's going to be a red pink-breasted booby, I guess, is what
Yeah.
we're gonna do, and that's the bird you summon.
A titmouse?
Well done. Could be a titmouse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's in the brazier, in the brass brazier.
Stupid.
Brazier. God damn it. Set it on fire
Oh, we all need sleep.
and chant the incantation for an hour and 10 minutes.
Great.
And I will use my understanding, knowledge, and one of the languages I know are Sylvan. So I will speak in Sylvan the whole time as I'm
Lovely.
incanting this ritual.
Do you do this at night or during the day?
Probably at twilight, actually.
Okay. Rise or fall?
I mean,
Sunrise, sunset.
set.
Okay.
Well, if it's the next day, sorry, if it's the time we're doing it at,
Yeah.
rise would make more
I
sense.
mean, you have a couple of days, so you could choose it. You wouldn't be able to do it that first night
No,
because you were
right.
summoned.
Let's do literally twilight, which is not
Perfect, right.
daybreak.
No, but it's right before daybreak or right after sunset. So, yeah, it takes you about an hour as the sky slowly gets lighter and lighter. And what are you playing? What instrument are you playing while you're doing this?
Oh, I mean, Dadamir's Falkluke
Bandore?
and Bandore.
Oh, for sure. It's a quiet moment in the pre-dawn. The birds aren't out yet. There are some small sounds, scurrying of branches, something running through the bushes. But you're within the Tyrian estate, so even the small creatures and critters are quiet. As you finish up your summons, you don't really see anything, but you feel a fluttering of wings come from behind you, and a sharp, painful peck at the base of your ankle. You turn, you see a small dove, kind of with a single white feather in his plumage, almost completely black. Kind of looks up at you, kind of blinks, head tilts one way then the other. You want something then?
Familiars speak?
This one seems to.
Oh, telepathically.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. Good to meet you. What do you want? What's your name?
I am Talon.
You want to be familiar with me?
Yes.
All right. Well, you can call me Bird. And what's your name?
I am Talon. But I would prefer to name you.
All right. Haven't had a name before. Sure. What should we call? All right, so you don't like bird. Mouse? Feather.
If you have come to the summon of the spell, then I hope that you have come of your own volition, my fey friend.
Well, I mean, honestly, I was sleeping, and there was like this sense of it was something I had to do, and so I woke up and I came here, and normally I'm just looking for food, but now I just really want to have a conversation, and that's a bit odd.
Naming you will
But it's
change
gonna be
you
fine.
also.
Say again?
Said naming you will change you also, will give you purpose.
Okay, good. So, good name. Yeah?
A very good name.
Okay, cool. So, your Talon, I have a Talon. Wait. This is confusing. Does that mean I get to be Teeth?
No, you'll be
No?
Long
Okay.
Dew. The blackbird. The black dove. The bird of warning. The dirge. My friend.
Hmm.
My eyes, my ears, my song.
Kind of cocks his head at you. I'm all this then. All right. And Peercy, forgive me if you said the name again. I must have missed it.
Lawn Dew.
Londu. I'll have to write that down and add that to my notes for later. Can you spell that for me?
Yes. Yes. One moment.
Thank you very much. Just throw them under a persons of interest or something, or birds of interest.
There it is.
Cool, cool, cool. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Talon's Black Dove Familiar. Lawn Dew. Beautiful. I will pin that and add that to stuff after the session. Thank you. Well, it makes me sound right important then, don't it? All right. I'm eyes and ears and going to act as friend and ally. All right, all right. I can get behind this. Yeah. All right. So now what?
Now we're bonded.
Does that mean we hang out all the time? Or do I go back to my nest and just come when you call?
We hang out all the time. And
Okay? Sounds great. So,
we are one.
right. So, wait, does that mean I know what you know?
Not entirely.
Okay.
And same vice versa.
But you were like some prince thing, yeah?
Something like that.
Okay, well, then I think I should get a little cape so I can be a prince bird too. Yeah?
I don't have a little cape friend.
Think we can work on this. All right. Well, I was going to go get some worms. Would you like something? I could bring you back something. I got a great spot, some juicy ones.
No.
Okay. So I'll go just get breakfast then.
I'll call upon you.
All right. Good to meet you, Talon.
Same, Londu.
You see his feathers kind of ruffle when you say it. You know, I think I'm starting to like that. And he kind of zips away.
Cool.
Very cool. Right, all right. I have a couple of scenes in mind. Feel free to stop me if anybody wants to do something else.
Not yet.
All right. Around maybe around 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, there was a knock at the Delathe apartment doors.
I pad out. I look through the peephole.
You see Rayland.
I open it up. Raylan, welcome. Please come in.
Good morning. She kind of gives a quick curtsy and comes in. Counselor Delathe, congratulations, I heard.
Thank you. You can
Very
still
special.
call me Vesper. It'd be weird if you didn't.
Okay, good, because that sounds awful and boring. So thank you.
Anybody
Vesper.
from previous to this whole thing, it's strange. Unless I want that sort of relationship, you know, which I don't with you. So
Oh, good. I was
don't
hoping.
expect. Yeah.
Yeah, I have kind of a. I'm embarrassed. I have an ask that I need help with.
Okay.
As you know, I have a big event in a couple of days, and I have no one to help me pick out a dress. And I was hoping that you could help me.
I think there's like 7 seconds or so of just some inner storm spirit rattling the bars of its cage, but she forces that shit down real quick.
Yeah.
You know?
Raylan's definitely like playing with her fingers, intertwining them, and kind of
Yeah,
looking really
yeah.
nervous.
Because I don't think she knows. Unless
No.
Talon told her when they talked all the
He
other
did.
night. But I don't
Yeah,
think he...
yeah. Oh no. When he said
he
everything,
did
I
tell.
mean everything.
Okay.
I'm
Oh.
not hiding anything from her.
Okay.
Okay.
No, so
He
she
would
does know.
feel he would
Yes.
feel terrible about that.
Yeah. Did you tell Vesper that you told Raylan?
Yes, he
About
would
us.
have. Yes.
Okay, cool. Then it's a little less internal, but still only about 6 seconds of. Okay, you know.
One more time? I missed that. Can you make sure we get that for the stream?
No, that's you either
No?
got it or
Oh.
you didn't. That was a
Okay,
special
well,
moment.
all right. I'll have to go back and, yeah. Did we get it?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, we got it. Got
Yeah,
it.
you got it forever.
Can I also
Unless
Perfect.
Discord protected you from it.
can I also state one more thing before
Yes.
this? So in the whole telling, Talon has told Raylan everything. Everything means everything, right? When coming back and being like, yeah, so I told her everything. I mean everything.
Us everything?
Us everything.
Potential Faye Boggins everything?
Yes, everything.
Me, everything.
Brooke
Yes.
everything?
Yes, yeah, yes, actually, yes, everything. Rogers too.
Can I ask real quick then how she reacted to that?
It's a good question.
That would be a DM question. and may change the context of this scene or whether it happens at all. I don't know.
I think she sits quietly through much of it. I think she's a very engaged listener, giving the proper responses to exciting situations. Any harrowing stories she's very excited about. When it comes to the places with Vesper and Talon, she does tear up a bit, but doesn't say anything. Just quietly listens and tries to let Talon get through all the story.
And it's not graphic, right? It's just, here's
No.
the truth.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to lie to her at all. So there's that. And after the
Did that
whole
include Sir
everything.
Star?
Yeah. Say what?
Did that include Sir Star?
It included some of Sir Star.
Okay.
He understands that Sir Star has secrets that must be kept.
Cool.
So
Thank you.
that's
Thank you.
different, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Like, he wasn't like, here's a professor's song, right? He was like, and we have this awesome friend of ours who is a cleric of Asilios. Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. The other thing is after that, he would have asked Vesper to be his best man, which I know is really weird.
That's a different. Oh God, this is a whole fucking thing.
But he has no one else. I mean,
Yeah.
and it would mean more to him than anything.
I think
Just 1-2 punch.
1, 2. We have so many
3.
more punches to that.
So many punches.
Yeah, it's fine. I think she is very stony, but very serious when she accepts. Like, taking the situation very seriously, but like, Talon can tell that she's like having
yeah.
to keep her composure deliberately, but she does agree, I think.
And he's not trying to ask out of some place of spite. It's
No,
like,
no, absolutely
I
not.
care.
Absolutely not. Yeah, no,
And-
it's like, what am I going to do? Ask somebody else? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he
So I
also...
think- yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, that's it.
He also wants to make certain that Burke is the only other member of his quote-unquote groom party standing up there.
Of course.
Thank
Can
you.
Bert give you away since your dad's not going to be there?
I'd love that.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Are you okay with that?
Sure. Why no dad?
He's Inspire.
Burke just shrugs.
And I don't think, well, Hartford or Heartland is, God fucking damn it. Who are you? Yes, Hartford has to give away his own daughter. So it would be weird if he did both of you.
Agreed.
So.
And let's face it, Burke's the oldest, wisest one of us here.
Yeah.
He nods.
Okay, that's all the aside that I have for Talon. Thank you guys very much.
All good.
I'm gonna shut up and let's go back to the.
No, it's all good.
That's all good. There's a lot of emotionally tender moments.
Damage.
Emotional damage.
But that I think help
Does-
gives context to this moment.
Yes, because
Yes. No, I think that's a good interrupt.
it's entirely different when like they've had this conversation another night versus Raylan not knowing fucking jack shit and coming up and asking this. It's a very different conversation.
Yeah.
Does this still happen in the way you have described it, DM? Does this change anything about how she would approach or bring it up? Or if she would at all?
I think that for, like, I had pictured this scene happening before knowing this. Talon was going to tell her everything in that moment. But I still think that Raylan is the kind of person that would like to, in the best that she can, attempt to have a civil and relationship and try to extend an olive branch. This may not be the right way, but she doesn't know a better one.
Of course I will. I'd love to.
She, you see her, she kind of bursts with a quick smile and then tries to hide as best she can. I know this is weird. I'm so sorry, but like,
It's
I
not
can't
your
ask my
fault.
dad. I don't have a sister.
No, please don't ask your father. Gods, I'd have my sister take you if she was here. She's the fashion between the two of us, if you'll believe it. But
any word?
they're looking. I haven't been told anything yet, and I think I have suitably emphasized the fact that if they find out an iota of information and it doesn't come to me immediately, I will have a very public fit.
I can help. I'm very good at those.
Ooh, well, that's good to know. I should collaborate sometime, should it be
It's
necessary.
honestly one of the advantages of dying.
Yeah.
That's too soon.
It's only, what? That was worse. What I was about to say was so much worse. You said it's too soon, and I was about to say it's only getting later.
Oh.
Yeah, that was worse.
Huh.
I'm sorry. That's the kind of place that I'm in right now. Fuck. Sorry. I would love to help you prepare, shop, dress, whatever you need. Don't hesitate.
I shouldn't have come. I'm sorry.
No.
I wanted...
Raylan, you are important. You're important to Talon, and therefore you are important to me. The us all is not your fault. It's nobody's fault. Talon told you everything, and therefore you must understand that he and I have talked many times about needing to make sacrifices for the good of the survival of humankind, because that's what we're doing. And you are an important part of that right now. So we should get joy out of the pieces of it that we can, and that includes getting you the most fucking jaw-dropping gown that Tia can come up with during wartime, and goddammit, we're gonna find it.
That sounds lovely. I have a lot of feelings about... He's a lot, and I don't love him yet, but I hope I will. And I think... Okay, this is not fun.
No, it's not fun.
And
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that it had to happen like this.
I'm sorry too. I didn't... Well, I've fucked it up too. Okay, let's start over. Hi, I'm Raylan. I need help with the dress, and I want to be friends, and I want so many other things I'll never have.
Hi, Raylan. My name is Vesper. You're about to marry my best friend, and I'm going to support you in whatever way I can, because I want to be your friend. So, did you have anything in mind?
Blue? Gold?
Okay. Yep.
I don't know.
That's
Tyrian
necessary.
colors?
But let's talk cuts. Okay, you're a little bit shorter than me, but let's see what's in my sister's closet. And I'm just going to
Sure.
take her into Alenda's room because Alenda is a big dress girl, and so we're just gonna look at, the colors aren't right, the sizes aren't right, but we're gonna look at cuts, we're gonna look at details of what she likes and what she doesn't like. We're just gonna start like, okay, tell me what you like. Tell me,
Sure.
we're gonna do girl stuff for
absolutely.
a little
And
bit.
we can we can let that
Yeah, we
scene
don't
happen
have
in the background. Because I'll be honest, I am
Fade to
woefully
black
ignorant
that
in the
one.
different types of dresses.
Fade to black. Yeah.
Oh no!
We're-
The spaghetti shop at a wedding? How scandalous! Yeah. Okay. Great. You spend several hours picking out thumbs. You of course have a half dozen of the finest seamstresses be able to work on whatever designs that you guys come up with, and fabrics are available. Things will be made in about a day, so you're able to make it happen.
At some point, because it inevitably is going to do that thing where like you're focused on the task and it's fine, and then it gets crazy awkward again at various points.
Mhm.
And so I feel like kind of like once we've wrapped up everything, and we don't have to roleplay this part
Sure.
either, but Vesper is going to start, she's going to explain to Raylan the way she calms Talon down, or not really calms him down, but like talks him out of one of his delusions, basically. Because she's like, that kind of, you've done the day, it's quiet, you're tired, but like this is a thing that you need to know because you're going to have to be dealing with it. So.
Yep.
And we don't have to roleplay that
No,
part.
no. I think there is one thing that she has kept somewhat close that she's going to tell you, and throughout the, it didn't feel right to do it right in the first moment you guys getting together, but she has some real imposter syndrome in that Talon doesn't actually want to be with her, and that's a big thing that she is dealing with. It's something that was probably dealt with through RP off screen, but something that she will share with you.
Yeah, and I think that's probably one of the moments where Vesper's like, I'm really sorry to hear that, Raylan, and I empathize with you, but I can't be the one to support you through that feeling.
Yeah, I think that gives her a good boundaries of where your friendship will lie.
Yeah, exactly. And like,
perfect.
If everything goes perfectly, quote unquote, like these two will become friends, hopefully. But it's too fresh right now.
Oh,
so,
yeah. No, this is a horrible thing for...
A lot of today is Vesper plastering on the, like, yep, no, we got to do this. So, her feelings are genuine, but...
if it's any consolation, you guys come up with the most lovely dress, which... Well, if you want to take I'll let you choose what that looks like.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I will figure it out.
Yeah.
Patreon posts upcoming.
Yeah. Well, we'll vote on dresses. It'll be great.
I'll drop my Pinterest boards.
That would be such a cute board. Poll. Excuse me. Yeah. So that happens. At some point, no, I don't have to worry about that. I'll let you guys do your thing. Yeah. Went through that. I assume. Talon, I did want to ask. I know we talked. I know, Peercy, you and I talked about this a little bit off screen. Did you want to try to see if Ryan would be in attendance for the wedding? Is that something that you wanted to look into to see if you can get him to show up, or because if so, that needs to be arranged. He can't just walk in. Do we have a Peercy? We may not.
Sorry, yes, you do. I was munching on
Muted.
something and muted my mic and didn't want to be
good.
crunch on the mic. Yeah, that's yes. I will use sending to get a hold of both Ryan and Zeus, and ask if they would be willing first in separate sendings.
Sure.
Letting him know the date. Quick like. Date this wedding of Talon and Raylan in tier, date this. Would love to have
I mean,
you
sending's only 25 words.
by my
I
side.
think,
Things like that.
yeah, I think that they're both varying levels of enthusiastically absolutely on board that want to be there to support you. Ryan's a little guarded, obviously.
Yeah.
For those who are not aware,
I mean, we met him in
Ryan,
tier, so
what's up?
we met him in tier, and it'd be the first time that he would see the Lord Hartford probably in a long time.
Yes, that's true. But also, I believe last time you guys talked, he was, you guys were kind of an item.
Yeah.
So that's something he's going to be kind of confusing about because, let's pour salt in all the wounds right now. But yeah, he is on board if he can get in to the city.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And
I'll
get
figure
there.
that one out. after that,
Zeus.
Zeus.
What's up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Zeus will give you, rather than having to plan out these things exactly, Zeus would love to come, but Zeus is required to spend every single day casting one casting of gate at Hartford Hall, your new base, in order to ensure that gate will be there.
Teleportation circle, you mean?
Teleportation circle. I'm sorry. Thank you. Different game, different
I
spell.
mean, I'll take gate.
Teleportation
Zeus can
circle.
cast gate. I'm like, go on.
Like, yes, please.
No.
Why aren't we there now? Gate
No,
was
mhm.
to the moon.
Teleportation
So-
circle, 100 days, cast at the same space. So he would love to
Fair.
come, but he's going to have to somehow get there and back, and be able to cast it the next day.
Right.
And I believe he only has 2 5th level spell slots as of now.
Got it.
So willing, but will require some logistical assistance to make that happen.
And then the third sending, because I could do all of this in one day with
Heck yeah.
that. Yep. Only one day, though. The third sending would be to Verona.
Oh, okay.
Hello, I'm getting married. I would like Ryan and Zeus to attend you as well, if you are willing and can, but I understand with what's happening. I don't say that much. I'm getting
Right.
married. Would like Zeus and Ryan to attend. Can you bring them? You are invited. However, Tyr has declared war on Nocturna. Do what you need.
Congratulations. Would love to come. Can't. Can take your friends. I'll send a cake.
I can't say thank you or tell anyone anything until the next day.
I just love the awkward cadence of that. I'll send shit. What do I send? Cake.
Thank you. Vibe. Pass the vibe check. Excellent. All right. Yeah. Cake. Sure. We can grow a cake, right? We can make a cake. Bake a cake. We'll be fine. Beautiful. All
And
right.
then the next day, I would just send to each of them, right? Like, Verona will take you, coordinate with her. See you soon. Verona will take you, coordinate with her. See you soon. Then back to Verona. Thank you very much. They will need to head there and come back the next day. Here is the time of the wedding and the place.
Are you telling anyone that you're inviting a vampire?
Lord Hartford.
Okay. He's going to advise you to, oh, man, probably not do this on the DL. Or at the very least, let the Master of Defense know.
Yeah.
So that'll be a thing that he would recommend.
I might be willing to let the Master of Secrets know also.
Yeah. I think those are good things to do. We can RP those scenes, or we can let them go on in the background with a couple of rolls. Up to you.
I'm good with rolls on that.
Cool. All right, great. Why don't you give me a persuasion roll, please?
Awesome.
Can I grant advantage to those as a council member? These are my peers.
Yeah, that sounds
and I am
reasonable.
backing up the validity of this vampire, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. This
Who
is one of the
saved-
good ones, guys, I swear.
Who saved Rosebark? Who?
Yeah.
Who?
Yep.
Who? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was here before and didn't cause any fucking trouble, so, like,
Well, let's see. A 3 or for which one is this? Like both from the same time? I'm probably talking to dim times, right?
Yeah.
For
let's
the
go
first
with
one, it's. Yeah. Go ahead.
sure. Let's go with Hartford first. No, sorry, you want to do Halo or Linux? The 2 council members.
I
Sure.
mean, let's do Lennox
Halo
first. Or
Lennox first.
if that's cool.
Yeah, why
Then
not? Yeah.
it was either a 3 or a 15. I'm gonna go with the 15 for advantage,
15 sounds like higher than 3.
and that ends up being a 28.
Fair enough. He looks at you, rolls his eyes, pulls out a black feather, puts it away, and walks away. That's all he does to you.
Yep. Because he would know
Tucks
that
a little
guy,
feather into your lapel and leaves. Like,
Yeah.
whatever, man.
He'd know that he's a member of the Black Doves. So
He does.
um,
He absolutely does.
then the other guy, right, doesn't
Yep.
know anything of the Black Doves. That's not revealed
No.
to this little
Nope.
new person who is, new person who we don't know.
Yep.
Or where his allegiance
Correct.
lie.
Get that roll.
Well, that's
me
a
that sweet, great roll.
16, so that would be
Pretty
a 29.
Okay. He has so many more questions for you. He agrees, but he has so many questions.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be about you have vampire on the payroll. How can we use that? Whatever. And he basically.
I
tries
don't
to
let him
be
know
like,
there's a
"All right,
vampire on the
cool."
payroll. I'm just like, I'm inviting a friend. He is a vampire. He is someone I
does he-
trust
yeah,
implicitly.
Well, he's going to ask about how you know him. Does he have a connection with Nocturna? Can we use him some way? Like he's going to try to find out ways to help utilize this friend that you trust as a way to help the city. You can choose to answer how you will, giving him as much information as you want with your 29.
He no longer has connection to Nocturna. He's an outcast, and he's wrestled with that, but he has saved Rosebark with us before. And he's fought by my side for longer than I care to state.
Can include, if you want to, that he literally saved Vesper's life from the vampire general that nearly kidnapped the king the other night.
100%
That's true. He did.
will add that. He is not a friend of Willard's. They are enemies.
Cool.
And the vampire whose head we took, he fought directly to save Vesper's life.
Okay. I love it. All right. He's got a good idea. I appreciate it. Thank you much. And you are given a 1 vampire pass.
A day
I
pass.
feel like a day pass for a vampire.
Listen, he can't stay here. That would be fucked. But, like, he can come to the wedding.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Amazing. Okay, so you got the green light for that. Excellent.
I feel like
Great.
Talon's done with whatever he needs to do, other than prepping for the wedding, which
Mm-hmm.
he's just listening to Lord Hartford for that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sir Star.
I think I have some. Yeah, I think Sir Star. I think at some point, Sir Star actually. What is your evening routine while within
And
tier?
Vesper and Burke.
And Vesper and Burke?
Those are the people he listens to. Those
No,
4
sure.
people.
Sir Star.
Well, just being back on this short stint, probably checking in with the Beaumonts,
Okay.
just kind of building connections, working on some of those efforts to get them connected to the Brotherhood of Progress as well at some point in the future. Prayers, check in with the temple.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe have a conversation with the Master of Secrets.
Oh, he's gonna find you.
not?
I'm just trying to figure out when.
Yeah.
100%. That's happening.
He stays close by though. He's not out wandering around a lot.
All good. All good. Yeah, I just want to see if there's any other major touch points you want to do. You have a little. It's like this weird in between. Like we have some downtime, but it's not things are happening. Like big things are happening. We're just trying to let's get this wedding done so we can go to Spire. I guess that seems like what we're doing. But yeah, the Master of Secrets will find you one evening in prayer at the Temple of Asilo. He will sit next to you in prayer and quietly whisper a silent note.
And Sir Star will respond in kind. It is good to
After-
see you, brother. Excuse me. Wrong.
He turns after his prayers are finished. And to you, I must say, that went over much better than I hoped.
I agree. Although I hadn't really known how it was going to go. I guess I just thought it might take longer. But I'm glad to see that you all see the urgency of our situation.
We are blessed men. And occasionally, winds blow in the right direction for us. I would like to see if there's anything you need from me or my resources.
I guess there are a few things on my radar. Getting to Spire is next on my list. I need to find our temple there. There is something I must retrieve that will be paramount to my survival in the coming fights.
His eyes kind of sparkles. Do you know what it is?
No, not quite. I was told it was a piece of him.
Takes a deep breath. I could sneak you into the city. I have ways to do that, but companions seem to believe they can be welcomed in.
I believe that we will be able to talk our way in to the city, coming in through the front gates. Talon has his own connections there.
So how may I assist you?
I could use your assistance connecting my Brotherhood of Progress to the Beaumont clan. The skills the Beaumonts have in war and fighting could help my own men grow.
Easy enough. I could easily make an introduction. Although I think... Am I crazy? Aisha was taken.
Yeah, Aisha was taken.
Yeah, she's the head of the Beaumont clan. So I believe her successor, Nova, which... Have you met her daughter, Nova? I believe she's...
I don't think I've had a personal meeting or acquaintance with her.
She's working for Lord Padre, Tassin, in Rosebark as his head of personal defense.
Oh, I have met her.
She
I
would
do not
be-
know her well.
Not sure if she's interested. She'd say, my understanding is that she left on poor terms with her mother. But if she does not come, I'm sure the clan will fall to someone else. I can give an introduction to a formal introduction to your acolytes, to their monastery, which he kind of smiles, my small influence should be enough to at least get them a few lessons before They may prove that they are worthy.
My gratitude. I need to shape them as much as I can in a short frame of time.
Well, your information is well placed. They are our most fearsome warriors. Did you know that Kravos trained with them? Our
No.
master of war.
That is phenomenal.
And with one
Hopefully
arm,
they
he is still
will-
a force. Sorry.
Impress someone there. I've heard they attract many great warriors from around the continent.
They do indeed. Though many wash out. I'd be glad to offer whatever I can to help you get your boys in. Boys, girls, brotherhood, boys.
Boys'll do. Men and other, maybe. A bit better.
Your acolytes, then.
I do have this one other thing. It's something that sits on my mind, but is lower priority at this time. I will get to it in its puzzle, but there are just more pressing matters currently.
Name it.
He pulls out the Journal of Sebra's Champion.
Oh, very nice. He kind of takes a look at it. His eyes kind of go, not if not wide, but he definitely seems very interested. He kind of holds out his hands. May I inspect it?
Yes, please.
So he goes kind of thumbing through it. And interesting. He says, book of. Is this an original? Because he kind of goes through. He says like, oh, it's lore and folklore. No. And then he kind of starts to look at it, kind of trying to inspect the ink. Sniffs the paper, kind of looks at it under some candlelight.
This is the Journal of the Champion of Sebra.
Remarkable find.
I've only been able to reveal a quarter of the book. Powerful magics must be cast upon the book to reveal the text for a certain amount of time. It talks of this champion's journey to find powerful artifacts that will also be important in coming battles. Just not quite our current one.
He nods. And you wish me to restore the hidden text?
I figure you might be connected enough to be able to have someone cast some powerful magic. I do know the schools that need to be cast.
Tell me. And he'll pull out a small journal that he has on his person, and he'll be taking notes from you.
The remaining schools we need are conjuration, illusion, and necromancy.
Understood.
Thank you.
It will be done.
And in case you wanted to read it for yourself, the fourth school is transmutation.
His eyes kind of sparkle.
And I know that
I will
that...
begin tonight.
Thank you. That first chapter talks of a circlet that I know will be in Spire in the future, but I don't know if it's there now.
I will learn what I can.
But these are powerful artifacts, brother, that must be kept out of the wrong hands to preserve the balance.
Meaning, out of Tyr's hands as well?
I don't know. Although I am his current champion, there's much I need to learn. And there's much happening all around me.
It will take more time, but as you say, this book and its knowledge will not leave my sight and grasp.
Thank you. I look forward to the knowledge you can glean from that book.
I look forward to hearing what wonders you find, waiting for you at our God's temple.
As do I, brother. As do I. Is there anything I can do for you while I'm here?
Reopening up communications with Spire will help a great deal. I have a counterpart. And that I have not spoken to since the wall went up. I never knew his real name, but he always went by Bartholomew. If you could see if that man is still alive. Person, not even sure if it's a man. I would very much like to restore that friendship.
I will do my best to see if I can track this person down.
Thank you.
Thank you. We are in this fight together.
He nods.
I actually do have a small favor, too. Just kind of a side thing that's been kind of sitting on my mind. I wonder if you know of a way to create some armor for my celestial warhorse.
You Celestial Barded? Let me find out. What's your divine beast look like?
Shadow is my beast's name. Shadow is black as night, with starlit spots all over its body that seem at times to resemble a constellation.
Well,
Shadow sits at about 18 hands. Quite a big one.
well,
I'd be happy to
not-
show you. Shadow
Please,
isn't far.
I would love to see him.
Best I not call Shadow inside the temple, though. Shall we go outside, then?
Please, I would like that.
And they'll walk around back, where Shadow is called.
Very cool.
Kind of trots up from around a building.
Oh. Wow. And Mr. Linux takes a moment just admiring a celestial beast of the professor. A few minutes of him overlooking him. Well, I'm not one for creating great works of magic or protection. Assuming you want to not cover up his starlight and just get him a regular set of armor, we do have a craftsman here in the city, name of Wendell Vaspor. He's supposedly made unbreakable glass. Possible if you wanted to make Shadow look as if he is unarmored and not get away, you could speak with him about some clear barding. Otherwise, I'm sure any of our blacksmith could create some barding here in the city.
Clear barding does sound fascinating. I should at least look into that.
I'll keep my eyes open if there's any craftsmen that are especially skilled in barding. I'll let you know what I find.
Thank you.
Of course.
Well, I guess I would better get back. Is there anything else you needed from me?
If you wouldn't mind. A blessing.
Oh. Yeah. Sure. I guess I
And
have.
he kneels down in front of you.
You might be my first blessing. Excuse me if I'm, not well practiced. Sir Star walks over and just kind of puts his hand on Master Linux's head.
Mm-hmm.
He says, Brother Linux, I wish you luck. And I bless you on your journeys forward in your adventures as you seek knowledge and secrets for the never-ending fight of maintaining the balance between good and evil. May you walk a delicate line between the two as deftly as one could, never losing your balance left or right. Stay true to yourself and our God, Brother Linux. Godspeed.
Puts his head up. Thank you. And
You're
good
welcome.
evening.
Good evening.
And he heads out of the temple. Cool. Hopefully you got a couple of pieces of information. If you want any of those names written down, I can send them who these people are.
Thank you. I
You're
will
welcome.
need the craftsman's name again.
I will put him in persons of interest right now.
Sweet. Thank you.
Of course.
He's the guy
there it
talking
is.
to Burke at one point, I think.
That's correct. It was.
Yeah.
Same guy.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. I believe actually he was speaking with Kestrel.
Oh yeah, this was
but-
way the fuck back, Ben.
Yeah.
Back when. Yep.
Yeah. So he's speaking with
He's
Kestrel.
like, what are you?
But he will remember Burke because Burke was there.
Correct.
Look at me having notes.
Nice.
I know things.
Yeah. So yeah, I know things. Yeah, and that happens there. There's probably one more day before the wedding. Anything else anybody would like to do? And then I think I'd like to push the wedding rather than trying to rush through it right now. I'd like to push it to next session.
I have 2 things, probably quick, if nobody else has anything. Yeah.
All right.
Ian, you with us?
Yeah. I just said
Cool.
go ahead.
Oh, okay, cool.
The first thing I want to do is I want to check in on Malik Triton, because I know he was injured.
Oh, he was.
He was injured, but survived.
Yes, he did.
As far as I'm aware, anyway.
At least for now.
Yeah, for now. So I just want to, like,
But only
pay him a
for-
visit
sorry.
wherever he is. And if he doesn't want visitors, then, like, send him a little get well soon thing.
Gift
just
basket
as-
of wine.
Yeah, exactly. As, like, we're trying to repair the bridge. We did a little bit at the party, and now I'm like, hey, I remember you. I saw you get hurt. Like, how you doing, bud?
Yeah.
So, make a visible gesture there.
Great. Love it.
And then the second thing I want to do is because I imagine Vesper's mostly doing her new fucking job.
Yeah, she's busy.
Learning it. Right. She will decline to take part in the wedding planning paraphernalia except where Raylan specifically asks her to.
I think after the dress incident, Raylan will not ask for Vesper for anything else for the
Okay.
wedding.
Yeah, but she'll be supportive, obviously, but she's like,
Sure.
I'm just gonna decline to be a part of this as much as I am reasonably able to.
Yes.
But in the midst of learning / doing her new job, I want to bring up at some council meeting, hey, anybody else notice the fucking absence of injured Skelgar and the fact that most of them weren't even present by the time the attacks happened? Just saying. So just, bring that up as a discussion point.
Yeah.
And then compounded with the other things we are beginning to notice about them.
I will say one thing that someone in the council says they did see someone from Skelgar at the attack, but bamfed out as soon as it started.
Correct.
So like so it's not like they weren't there, but like they're just like,
No,
yeah, I'm not.
they were at the party,
Yeah.
but conspicuously not injured and not present by the time the attack was over.
It's a good point, and there is some drama. Skelgar is not really all about this whole fighting for the Empire thing.
No, and I think because it was it? Who did I talk to? The dead lady. Oh no, about
I'm dead lady.
getting
Ask her 5 more things.
Skelgar. Somebody at the party was like, I'll support you when you get Skelgar back on our side.
Oh,
Hold on.
right. Yeah.
Who the fuck was that?
That was...
Hold on. Surely I wrote down those important conversations, right?
I mean...
Fucking
call me
Moon
Shirley.
Festival was like 85
Years ago.
sessions.
Doesn't help that we've been playing in 2 games.
Yeah, and this was many months ago.
Right.
In real
Oh,
lifetime. Frick. Hold on.
Happened to you yesterday. What are you doing? All good.
Yeah, Master of Commerce will support Vesper if she can bring Skelgar to
right.
heal.
Right. That's what it was.
Well, not a problem anymore now, is it? Oh no, Master of Commerce is still around, but she's
She's still around. She
Yeah.
almost died. She
Yes,
almost
that's
died.
right. I was getting her mixed up with the head of house Keon, I think, who is missing, or was missing, or has died.
Oh, it's on my list of the dead. I'll have to double check and get back to you because I don't want to hold the game right now for that.
No,
But
because that was the
yeah.
whole thing. But anyway, she's going to specifically talk to the Master of Commerce about that in like its own conversation to be like, hey,
Sure.
like we can work together on this thing now.
Yeah. Hey, those seem to be really bad.
Hey,
at
I got the
bringing
job
Empire
without
stuff.
your fucking help, but like this is still important, so
Hey, just want to let you know I'm kind of a big deal.
I'm kind of a big deal. But no, I do want to bring that up in like a public way,
Okay.
because
In one
presumably
of the council
one of
meetings.
these people should be part of House Skelgar, or one of the
Yes.
sub houses. So who
I
is
believe
that?
actually 2 at the not like the major house Skelgar, no. But let me pull this up real fast. Oh, I love how everything's so organized. 1 sec. Oh my god. Go back. There it is. Okay, so I believe Master Linux actually is a Skelgarian.
Okay.
So the Master of Secrets is from Skelgar, and right
Cool.
now so is Halo.
Okay. So, we do it in the diplomatic way. Like, listen, I don't
Sure.
mean to offend your major house, but like, this was sus as hell. And
The
we
fuck,
already
guys.
know that there's tension. So, like, maybe help me figure out, or maybe have somebody look into the fuck's going on there.
Yeah. Without getting too deep into it, Master Linux is quick to share with you that Skelgar has been pulling away from the Empire for a long time. They don't really think they need it, especially since wartime. They're doing well without them, and they're not really worried about the war because the giant Everrise Mountains are between them and the conflict, and they're like, we don't give a fuck. Like, if you fall, you fall.
Right. But Vesper is, and she's like, with Linux in particular, she's like, okay, like I said, I don't really want to point fingers, but my point is that this is suspicious enough to have me worried about an infiltration thing, and that the war has been good for them financially. And so maybe, just maybe, some of the heads of this house are making some unsavory fucking deals, and we should bring them to task.
Halo gets a bit offended, like, "Oh, our houses would never do that," and he seems very indignant about it, genuinely, but maybe a little bit naively. But he's very much like,
I
"That
would
never
love
happen."
to believe that, Councilman Halo, but times is what times is, and evidence suggests that there's something fucking shady going on. And it is our responsibility as council members to look into it, regardless of your actual blood allegiances.
Fine, I'll do it myself.
Maybe, perhaps, with assistance from, and whoever that. It would be fucking Linux, but she's like, maybe perhaps with somebody who is not beholden to a minor house of Skelgar, just in the interests of
Yeah, right.
transparency.
Whoever wants to be helping me out doing this, voice completely gone. Yeah, sure. We'll go do it together. He's open offer for anybody on the council. After looking around for a while,
And Vesper is going to start looking into making this war significantly less profitable for Skelgar. Because that's my
love it.
fucking job now.
It is. Yep. And now I'm going to make sure you don't get your taxes, motherfucker.
Yep.
Actually, Kravos will assist. Kravos Beaumont, Master of War, will assist Halo to start looking into that.
Cool. Vesper, is really bristly around him, but tries really hard not to be, specifically because she knows Burke doesn't like him. So.
Yep. I mean, politics.
Yep. Cool. But yeah, it's going to be my focus.
Great. You do put in your hellos with Malik. He does is aware, gives you the honorifics that are due your station, and seems. Give me a persuasion roll as well.
We'll drop a superiority die on that as well, because we got him to spare today. Ooh, I'm glad I did, because that was a crappy roll on the d20, but that's still a 17 total.
That's not bad. Yeah. So he kind of sees what you're doing, but he also appreciates it. Like, he doesn't hold it against you that you're playing politics.
Right. He's like, you're clearly playing politics, but that doesn't mean you're not genuine.
Yeah. So, I mean, I get it, but also thanks. I'm good. I'm healing up. Everything sucks right now, and it's gonna get better eventually.
Yep. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. So cool. Which will bring us to the morning of the 23rd, wedding day. Next time on this thing that we're playing.
Super Smash Bros.
Ooh.
So you know what? You know what? Yeah, let's just skip playing D&D next time. Let's play Super Smash Bros. Let's do that. Yeah, everybody cool? No, didn't think so. But yeah, this session I know was a bit of a lot, and I appreciate you guys being here with me, because it was a lot and fun, but emotions. Thank you, Mortals and Monsters, for venturing with us into the world of Alaemyr. We stream bi-weekly here on Twitch, and you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and we share sneak peeks, updates, and some surprises. Where you go, please head over to our Patreon, where, for once, the thing is posted and ready for you to check out. So you can please vote on our little poll of who should get a Destiny point. As you can tell, our players, especially right now, really need them. So why don't you give a vote on to see who tonight you thought was pretty especially awesome and deserves one of those Destiny points. Looking to interact with us directly, of course, check out the Discord server. You can find that in the description in our profile. That's the one. It's not a description until it's on YouTube. Then you can find it there also. For now, hope you guys had as much fun as I did. Our next episode will be on, check the calendar real fast, Monday the 13th of May. We hope to see you there. But until then, keep your quills sharp and your eyes wide. See you next time, Mortals and Monsters.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye now. Bye.